Hello everybody and welcome back to Stargrinding with Remblob. How are you all doing today on this fine Tuesday afternoon? I'm doing quite well. I have a topic to talk about today. It'll probably take up like a good amount of the episode. What? Oh, wait. Alter Game 2? 41 pages into the recent tab? Did I? Okay. Here we go. Okay. I must have just clicked the regular search button. Okay. So, I've done some movie watching recently, and it's for a movie series that I've always been like slightly interested in, and I wouldn't say I've always wanted to watch them, but I've been passively interested in how they are for a while. That being the Sonic the Hedgehog movie series. And what especially piqued my interest and got me to finally watch them is I've heard pretty great things about the third movie and how like the movie series just keeps getting better, and I thought that was really interesting. So I finally hit up Mega, who is the biggest Sonic fan that I know, and I asked him to watch the first two movies with me so that I could watch the third one in theaters. And it's what I'm about to talk about today. So if you don't want Sonic the Hedgehog trailer movie spoilers, then this is your warning right now. This is your only warning. So overall, I guess I should preface this by saying I am not a Sonic fan. I've never been a Sonic fan. I've tried the first game as a kid and gave up on it because I kept getting like confused, and like because like Sonic is all about going fast and not about necessarily about like precision and like tight movement. As a Mario fan, it never really gripped me because I always played Sonic like it was a Mario game, basically. And so I kept like running into things and like dying and getting frustrated. So yeah, as a kid I never got into Sonic, but since I've met Mega, I've been more exposed to it, and I played Sonic Mania for my first ever Sonic game, and because I believe he gifted it to me, and I did enjoy it quite a bit. So like there was always the possibility of me like finally falling down the Sonic rabbit hole. And these movies have not made me fall down yet. But maybe they're like the kiddie pool of Sonic the Hedgehog, like lore and like everything. And as I keep going down and into like deeper pools, maybe I'll finally get sucked in at some point. But for now, not yet. I've enjoyed Sonic in the past. Perhaps when I play like Sonic Adventure 2 or like if I give the classic Sonic games, the 2D Sonic games, another try, then I will. Then I'll fall in, but not yet. As a whole, the trilogy is good. I think they are, well, two of them are good movies. Two of them are good movies. And I also watched, cause bro made me, I watched I guess it's like a 50-minute OVA of like a 90s like Sonic animated movie thing, just to like get me kind of acquainted with the lore. I do know some of the lore already, but like through Sonic Mania. But you know, I also played Sonic Mania, Jesus Christ. I played Sonic Mania like 2-3 years ago or something, so I don't exactly remember it very much. But I was familiar with the lore, and that OVA did reintroduce me to it, I guess. But like, I don't know if it was like the best thing to watch in retrospect, because it's like, it was fun, it was a fine time, but like it's very 90s, so it has that kind of like vibe, which is a good thing to some, and it's a good thing to me, but like it just like I don't know, it gets like a little wacky and weird, and like the voice acting is not really there, and like there's also, it didn't really make that much sense because it's like 50 minutes, so it's like it's going by pretty fast, because if you're telling like a whole movie arc in like a 50-minute time period, then like you literally have to go fast. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it, but like I was also quite confused with what was happening in it. So that was the thing. So like I thought it was fine. It was a fine introduction, reintroduction, I guess. but then we watched the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie of the trilogy, and I didn't I didn't hate it, but I did not like it. I didn't like it very much. It's, I don't know, I just thought it was like, it was pretty cringe at times, and not just like, it just felt like really dumb to me. And like, I know it's a kids movie, and like these things happen in kids movies, like very obvious like exposition and stuff, but I don't know, I just didn't like it. I just didn't vibe with it. It just felt really stupid to me. Like, okay, I already gave this spoiler warning actually. Like the whole reason why the first movie even happens in the first place, and the whole reason why the whole conflict starts to begin with, is because Sonic gets like sad about being alone, and then he like causes like an EMP to go off, and it's like really like it, and like the whole movie has just like dumb stuff like that just kind of happens for no reason. And like, I also like low-key found Sonic to be like kind of annoying as well, because he's kind of the source of all the dumb stuff that happens in the movie, and like all the like cringe stuff that happens in the movie. It's just kind of like face palm kind of material, where it's like, really? Are they really gonna do it like this? And then it has like, it tries to be like emotional and heartfelt, and it just comes off as stupid. Like and like I had the thought in my head where I'm like, am I being too much of a hater? Like, am I needlessly hating on what is at its core just a kids movie? And I kind of am, but also you can do so much better. Proven by the second and third movies. You can still do so much better with like being a kids movie. And like a common thing that I looked at was like the other video game adaptations that I've seen. Like I enjoyed like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie more than the first Sonic, and I enjoyed like the most recent like Mortal Kombat movie that came out. I don't remember when, but it was semi-recent, and before it's like 5 years ago. But it might have been 5 years ago. I don't know. But like, I actually, you know what, Mortal Kombat is probably a bad example, but I'm just thinking like video game adaptations, because Mortal Kombat's not a kids movie. I'm just thinking like video game adaptations as a whole, and I was like, all of these are better. Like, I would watch all of them again, you know. And so I'm like, even if I am needlessly hating on something, I'm valid to do that, you know. Like, I'm not, even if I'm being a little unreasonable, I can hate something. it's it's all subjective and it's valid. So yeah, I thought it was a bad movie. I did not like it. So it kind of killed my excitement for watching the series a little bit. But like I heard that like even Mega like said, okay, the first movie's mid, the second movie's good, and the third movie's great. So it's like okay, it's like it's hitting the it's what's starting it all. It's like a part one of a series, and the part one is kind of ass. So I'm like, okay, I'll give the second movie a chance. And the second movie, was a lot better. Yeah, it was it was a lot better. I would call it a good movie. It was still a little cringe. Like, there are some cringe lines and like cringe dialogue and stuff, and like the insert songs. Like, there's a lot of insert songs that I'm just like, no way they're using this song right now. Like I don't even remember any examples from the first one, to be honest, but I know that there was some dumb shit. But like, also the first one doesn't really feel like a Sonic movie. Like, if like I talked to Mega about it, and after we finished the first one, I'm like, is there any reason besides Sonic and Dr. Robotnik being in the movie that this is a Sonic movie? And he's like, not really. So like, it's just not really a good video game adaptation either. So like, I don't I wouldn't say I am a hater, but like, I heard everyone saying, oh, the first Sonic, it's like fine, it's a fine movie. I did not like it. There is one saving grace of that movie, and I will talk about him a lot more, especially in the third movie. When I talk about the third movie, being, and that saving grace is Jim Carrey, the man himself, playing Dr. Robotnik. I like him. I liked him in the first one. Like, he was the best part of the first one for sure. And then like in the second one, he's even better. I like him. I like the dynamic with him and Agent Stone. I like that dynamic. I thought it was fun. I thought it was cute. But then the second one, the second one I liked a lot better than the first one, because the second one introduces more elements from the game. Like, it has the Chaos Emeralds. It has Knuckles and Tails. It introduces both of them. And the conflict is more interesting this time, because it's like, Knuckles being like initially against Sonic, but then like, and working with Dr. Robotnik, but then Dr. Robotnik betrays him, and then he gets the Master Emerald, and then Knuckles gets betrayed, and then he teams up with Sonic and Tails, and they form Team Sonic, and then they go off, and then they beat him together. Like, it's more interesting, it's more faithful to the games. Sonic does a lot more like game stuff where he like rolls around, and like he like it's better. It's a lot better in basically every way. There is still a problem that persisted from the first one, where it's just like very cringe at times, and just like stupid. Like, the number one thing I hated about the first one is like every line of dialogue has to be like a funny, like quippy one-liner kind of thing. And of course, it's not every line of dialogue, but like a lot of it is just like, it's just like, ugh, it was just like not fun to sit through. And the second one also has that, and I don't like that very much. It's the dialogue is like everything has to be like a gotta go fast, like that kind of thing. Like, I don't know. It's, yeah, I don't like it very much at all. And it still was a problem in the second one, but I still enjoyed the second one a lot more, to the point where I would call the second one a good movie. So I was like, okay, I'll let them cook. Maybe the third one actually will blow me away, and I'll be a Sonic fan again. Or not again, but I'll be a Sonic fan finally. And as I said before, this didn't happen, but I saw the third one in theaters yesterday, and it was good. I liked it more than the second one. Slightly more. I'd say I still only really enjoyed it like about as much as the second one, because a lot of the game elements that it references is stuff that I'm not familiar with. Like, I don't know that much about Shadow, for example. Like, I know Shadow's edgy and everything, but like, it's kind of hard to explain, because it's probably just like little things that I just like. I just don't get that, like a Sonic fan would probably like, oh my god, that's when like, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I really liked the third act of the movie, like basically the final confrontation. It actually like got me like emotionally invested and everything, and I really like that. I really liked Jim Carrey in the third one. Jim Carrey was really good in the third one, and he has. It turns out that Dr. Robotnik has like a grandfather, and the grandfather is also played by Jim Carrey. So it's just like two Jim Carreys having having a great time, having a lot of fun with performing in the movie, and it is very fun. It's very goofy, but it's not goofy in like a stupid way. It's goofy in like a fun way, which is what I got like my thoughts on like the second movie basically. Except the third movie did not make me cringe at all. So that's also like huge improvement. I just think it's because like the game stuff it references in the second movie, I've played Sonic Mania, and like I know, oh, when you collect all the Chaos Emeralds, then Sonic turns yellow and goes supersonic, and then he becomes like invincible or whatever. And I know like Knuckles and Tails because they're also in Sonic Mania, and so like I was able to connect more with what was being referenced, but like I haven't played like Sonic Adventure 2 or like any of the 3D Sonics that have Shadow in them, and like I don't know his backstory at all or anything, which they do provide a backstory for him. I don't know if it's the same as the games, but I like it. Like I liked Shadow in the third movie, but it's just some of it is just lost on me because I'm not a Sonic fan. And also, like, I don't really know why. I'm not enough of like a movie critic or anything to really describe why. I just didn't. I found myself not enjoying some of the parts as much as I did in Sonic 2. Because Sonic 2, I pretty much enjoyed all of it. There was just some minor... They're not minor, but there's some problems with it, like cringe dialogue and such, but... like, I don't know, there's a lot of time given to the two Jim Carreys, and I think they do entertain. They're very entertaining, and I do like them, but like a lot of focus is given to them, and maybe I just started to get a little tired of it or something. But like by the time, I would say by the time they get the second key, I was kind of over it. By the time, yeah, by the time they get the key in the gun like vault, I think I was kind of done with them, basically, and not necessarily getting annoyed, but just like getting kind of bored of it. Like, it's fun. Like, I like their dynamic. I think maybe this is on purpose as well. This could be on purpose. I like Dr. Robotnik and Stone's dynamic a lot more. And so the fact that we didn't get that, because it's at the end of the day, dude, why does every song in this episode have lyrics in it, dude? Come on. Like they're great together, and I like them. I like the two Jim Carreys, the two Dr. Robotniks together. But like I would have enjoyed it more if it was just him and Stone. And I know obviously it's purposeful because the whole like point of the movie is that Dr. Robotnik kind of like ditches Stone to be with his grandfather, and it turns out that his grandfather doesn't actually care about him at all, and that Stone was the one that really loved him and like cared about him. But yeah, as a viewer, I guess I wasn't completely sold on like two Jim Carreys, even though they were great together. And that's why like the end kind of hit a little hard when Dr. Robotnik like dies and he gives like the final speech to Agent Stone, who's like watching from Earth. And like I also really like the dynamic between like Sonic and Shadow. It feels a little forced because it feels basically the same as how Knuckles got on Sonic's side. Because it's like, you saved my life. What? And then they're like friends. That didn't exactly happen. It was more like, he cares for his family. And Shadow's on his side now. That's not exactly what happens. Like it takes a while for Shadow to like go back to Sonic's side because they have like a final fight and then blah, blah, blah. But still, it just feels it didn't feel earned, you know. And it felt like recycled too, because a similar thing happens in the second one with Knuckles. I still have worse things to talk about, so I'm gonna keep going with another page. But yeah, I was actually pretty sad that Robotnik had to die, you know. And like they don't show like a body. They don't show him being like blown up or anything, but like if he does get out of it, they have to really sell that he got out of it actually for him to come back. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. But like yeah, that's basically everything. I enjoyed it more than the second one still. But like only like a bit more. I did not enjoy the third one more than the second one as much as I enjoyed the second one more than the first one. That's for sure. But yeah, the third one is genuinely a good movie. Like I liked it quite a bit. And maybe because of the thing I talked about with like not really understanding, well, I understood what happened, but like not being Sonic pilled and knowing all the references that were probably made to the game in the third one. I could see how I would enjoy it a lot more if I were like a Sonic fan. So yeah, that's Sonic. But I'm not done yet, because I found something, I discovered something interesting about myself today. A common thought that occurred to me was during watching the trilogy was that how do I phrase this? Like, I'm not the target audience. I am not the target audience for this movie at all. I am not a child nor a Sonic fan. And so I found myself thinking a lot, oh, if this was like the Mario movie, because I am a Mario fan, I'm a huge Mario enjoyer. If this were more like the Mario movie, I'd probably enjoy these movies a lot more. Because when I saw the Mario movie in theaters last year, not last year, 2 years ago. Oh man. I really liked it. I remember really liking it. And so I was like, yeah, I found myself thinking, yeah, these movies are good, but they're not really, I don't think they're as good as the Mario movie still. But then I was like, is that really true? Or am I just being especially kind to the Mario movie and being especially mean to the Sonic movies? And so today, after I got home from work, I watched the Mario movie again for the first time since it came out in theaters. And to my surprise, I still liked it. I still liked the Mario movie. I thought it was still pretty good. I like the second Sonic movie more than the Mario movie, I think. Which, like, I kind of figured that, okay, maybe the third one would be better. But I think I liked the second Sonic movie more than the Mario movie. Upon rewatch of the Mario movie. Because while it's good and it's very cool and it has like a bunch of references, the Mario movie still it's still very basic. Like, I feel like the Mario movie is like the first Sonic movie, if the first Sonic movie was good. Like, it's cool. It has like Rainbow Road, and like, oh my god, they're in Donkey Kong Country, and like they're playing the DK rap, and like. But I was surprised to find that I thought the Mario movie was merely decent. Like, it's just pretty good. And I think, you know what? I think it's the Jim Carrey diff, dude. It's the Jim Carrey difference. Because Jack Black Bowser is great. I love Jack Black Bowser. But like, Jim Carrey is just like on another level with Dr. Robotnik. Especially in the second one. Because I like him with like Agent Stone a lot. And like Bowser doesn't have like a lackey that I guess there's Kamek, but like Kamek isn't really a character, you know. He doesn't have like chemistry to bounce off of someone with. So Jack Black does a great job, and like everyone does a pretty good job with like voice work and like with their characters, but no one really has chemistry with each other in the Mario movie. And like, I guess Mario and Luigi do, but Mario and Luigi get separated like 20 minutes into the movie and then only reunite at the very end. So it's like, you know, even in the first Sonic has chemistry with Tom. And dude, what's her name? What's Tom's wife's name? But he has chemistry. Dude, this is bad. He has chemistry with her too. And like, Robotnik has chemistry with Stone, obviously. So I don't know. I think it's really interesting that it ended up this way, where I actually liked Sonic 2 even more than the Mario movie. But yeah, I do. And yeah, I actually enjoyed Sonic 2 quite a bit. To the point where even like, I know Sonic 3 is definitely a better movie. It looks better. Cooler stuff happens. There's better, like, there's higher highs. In my problem, yeah, there's higher highs, like the whole Shadow and Sonic going super mode, and like the emotional moments with Shadow and Shadow's backstory, and like between Jim Carrey's grandpa and everything. It's like, it's good stuff, man. It's a good movie. I don't think it's peak or anything, but I'm also not a Sonic fan, so you know, that opinion could change. But I don't know why. I don't know. I'm just really surprised. Is all. And Now I think I agree with everyone when I say that's in that Sonic 3 is probably the best video game movie ever made. The best video game adaptation. And I probably appreciate it even more than bro, come on. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, that's the test results. The results of the experiment. Good movies. I'd recommend them, and like everyone watching this either doesn't care about Sonic and doesn't care that I spoiled it all, or like a lot of it, at least a lot of the third movie. But I think I'd recommend it anyway. Like, they're not masterpieces, I don't think, but like they're fun. I'd say, well, I don't know if it's worth it to watch the first one. I don't think the third movie and the second movie are good enough to warrant watching the first one. But maybe you could start with the second one and still be fine. Actually, I don't think so, but if it seems interesting to you, then I'd recommend it. But yeah, that's been my Sonic adventure lately. Maybe I'll look back on this episode when I'm deep in the Sonic rabbit hole and completely disagree with all the opinions that I've spouted on the movies, but yeah. Sonic Trilogy, overall, good. Yeah. Actually, I do have. I guess I can just talk about it here. There's a universe where, you know what? I think I like Sonic. I don't know if I like Sonic 2 more than Sonic 3, but I think I enjoyed I don't know. It's like I said, Sonic 3 has higher highs. But Sonic 2 was more fun to me, and I don't really know why. Actually, Sonic 2 has a scene in Hawaii. This isn't why, okay. Actually, it kind of is why, but like it has like a wedding scene between the sister of Tom's wife that I'm forgetting her name, but like they have a wedding and like some goofy shit happens, and I don't know, I like that. I really liked that scene. I thought it was really fun. But like most people would probably say that scene was dumb and filler and bad. I liked it. I don't know. I really like Rachel. I really like the sister. I think she's pretty funny. But yeah, like it's dumb, but it's like fun. I'm explaining this terribly. But yeah, Sonic 2 and 3, good movies. I think I overall enjoyed them pretty much the same. Actually, I have like ratings. I'm writing all the movies I've watched this year down. Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one, has a 40 out of 100. The second one has a 65. The third one is a 70, and the Mario movie has a 60. And I think I still stand by these ratings. Maybe Sonic 2 also gets a 70, and or actually Sonic 2 could move up and Sonic 3 could move down to match the scores, to match their scores. But I think I stand by this this rating. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the Sonic the Hedgehog yappery. And I guess I'll see you later for an episode where I talk about more normal things. Probably. We'll see. We never really know what happens in Stargrinding with Remblob. But as always, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening. I've been Remblob, and I will see you next time.